Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and happy Sunday to you. Brand new backdrop. I've got a chair for once instead of sitting on the floor. Essentially, I was moving B&Bs yesterday, hence why there was no OST Saturday that went up yesterday. But we are going to amend that today. Our weekly roundup of OSTs is back just a day late. Welcome to OST Saturday, episode 38, Sunday version. Now, this week was a little bit tricky in terms of getting OSTs together thanks to the Chuseok holiday. My release calendar didn't get updated on the OST side of things. In fact, out of the 5 OSTs we're checking out, only one of them made it onto the release calendar, and that was June's. So thank you to MVP for this weekend, Andrew, who always leaves the OST suggestions in various comments throughout the week. But essentially, his one comment and list of like OSTs that have dropped kind of single-handedly saved this week's OST Saturday, so shout out you. So thanks to his comment, we've got OSTs from Mr. Hyunsang, Young-tak, who I believe is first time on the channel. Jumping back on with a little bit of June from iKON, and then 2 more new artists in the form of Sae On and TWLV, who Andrew gave personal recommendation for. So thanks to him, we're gonna throw that one in there at the end for you. So 5 songs to check out. Let's do it. DJ, roll the intro. I wonder how weird this is going to look, considering usually the camera is on this side of the computer, so I'm facing the wrong way. And, well, the big leather chair is nice and all, but it's quite squeaky, so I'm hoping that doesn't become too much of an issue. I'm also hoping that Content ID doesn't become an issue, because I immediately see that this is a JTBC show, and JTBC and I have had a lot of run-ins with Content ID, and they've all pretty much ended up with me on the losing end of it, so we'll find out in editing later down the road in about an hour's time. But let's get started. This is the first OST for the week. I have the list pulled up on my phone over here. This is Hyunsang, Mr. Hyunsang. Got known through Hopipola and Superband. It's been a great time. This is a song, Please, with the drama Behind Your Touch. Now, Hyunsang has some range when it comes to OSTs. Through like the various OSTs that we've checked out from him, in the past 38 weeks that we've had OST Saturday, he's showcased range from just really lighthearted, just little light peppy stuff to the really emotional stuff that Hyunsang does so much justice to. The man who sings like he's gone through 3 divorces already. I'm very curious to see what this is all about. I haven't heard of this show, at least to my knowledge. I don't think I have. But let's get into it. Maybe we have to watch the show if it's part 7.
무슨 일 있어?
아니요. 평소랑 똑같은데.
Oh, the subtle sustained keys in the background almost feels like a Hammond organ with a very subtle warble in it. Oh, that harmony is perfection. Oh, the way the what is this instrument? It's a guitar, but it's very heavily filtered. The way it just kicked in. I also like that the second verse has just a fraction more emotion leaking into it. I think that's very neat. And there's that synth again. That extra inclusion of the guitar too makes it so much more powerful here. Is there a third harmony in here now? There's the emotion coming in. Oh, and just let the background instrument or the background vocals carry it on. Okay. Oh, this has a lot of layers in it now. Oh, and then let it trail off at the end. That's very pretty. That's a very pretty song. I mean, the visuals from the show definitely help with that emotional part of it, but yeah, you give Hyunsang just a song that is of this nature and of this caliber where it's just fueled by pure emotion, it's going to be a great time. He does human emotion so much justice through music. I have no idea if it's his like vocal that does it, or if it's like the musical composition or how well his vocal style fits with that type of music. But Hyunsang is able to so effectively put in human emotion into music in a way that you rarely come across. And that is one of like the charms I find about his music, is that his ability to grasp human emotion through his voice is so effortless. It comes across as being so effortless, but at the same time, so effective. And on a song where there is a lot of deep human emotion involved, oh yeah, oh, it's perfect. It's perfection. Won't lie, that got me kind of welled up a little bit. But we've got more music. Mr. Young Tak, who is an artist that I feel like I've heard by name pop up on various occasions, whether it be like TV shows and things like that, but I don't think I've ever listened to his music before. I did some research, a little bit of trot things here and there, and I do kind of unironically like a little bit of trot, so this could be very interesting. But Yongtak with Go Your Own Way. Trying to find this song, pulled up the wrong Go Your Own Way over and over again. But Go Your Own Way from Show Love Your Own Life. Let's get into it. I'm trying something out where we're trying just like it's been a more recent thing, I think, more than when we first started OST Saturdays, but just trying to get as many lyric videos involved as possible. I don't know if these lyrics are going to be accurate or not, but it just gives you some form of a visual instead of just watching the album art for 5-6 minutes. So here we go. Okay, guitar and brass, I'm on board already. You can definitely hear the trot influence in his voice. The delivery is different from a pop vocalist. But the vibe is very good. Oh, take it down one time. Interesting how they cut the bass out entirely. Yeah, the delivery is so different to what you'd expect from a pop vocalist, but I think that's the charm of Trot, is that delivery is so unique and so identifiable. Just the usage of vibrato is so different. I also like that in Trot, it doesn't really matter where in the vocal range you are, you're gonna have that vibrato in it. I also like that the chorus has a key change. I think that's so cool. And is that a disco string section I hear in the background? A little bit of a fade out one time. Wow, that song had a lot going on for it. Get the trot-based vocals, brass section, disco era strings, the funky guitar. Like, oh my goodness. Now that's the type of song that will really get you kind of up and moving in a way. And I think, I don't know what the general consensus is when it comes to Trot. Like, we've not come across that much Trot on the channel in 11, almost 12 months that we've been doing, or that I've been doing this. I think there was a former Suju member whose release we checked out that was Trot based. Of course, Song from iKON had a Trot solo on the Takeoff album that we checked out a little while ago now. But apart from that, I don't think we've really had too many like out and out Trot songs. I think we might have had like Trot inspired stuff here and there, but this is the kind of song where it is kind of like a crossover genre in, like, if we're going based off of just kind of textbook definition, this kind of would fall in between Trot and maybe a combination of other things, kind of right in that middle range for me. And I think that's the charm of it all, is that it has like the movement that you get from like a disco era inspired beat, but it's also got the charms of a Trot song in it. And I think that's what really makes this song, for me as someone who likes both pop and Trot, kind of, my heart leans towards stuff like this, because it is kind of like a gateway entry song into the Trot genre, I feel like. And I think that's very cool. Very cool indeed. Excuse me. Just had lunch. But Mr. June is back. It's been like a couple months since we had his last OST inclusion. He's back once again for the show Twinkling Watermelon, which is a very interesting show title. But the song is called Higher, and I'm very curious to check it out. Of course, I'm pretty fresh to the whole iKON train. Um, Pretty fresh is kind of an understatement. That Takeoff album was like my first iKON era, and since then it's been a slow learning process for me. But I feel like June is the one that we've covered the most, just purely based off the fact that he's done OSTs that have been featured on OST Saturdays in the past. But yeah, I'm very excited for it. June's higher. Here we go. Oh, hello, chugging guitar beat. Is Twinkling Watermelon a band-based K-drama? Y'all know how much I love a K-band around here, and this kind of has like the essence of one. Oh, that guitar run was clean. Oh, that's spectacular. I also recognize this actor, but I can't remember his name or where I've seen him from, but I know that face from somewhere. Oh yeah, this is great. This is actually very good. I also like the tone that June is putting on. It's purposely a little bit rough and gritty. A second guitar solo. A second guitar solo? What? Okay, what is happening now? Oh, and it's not a full re-entry yet. There's the full re-entry. Oh, that final chorus is... It really draws out that anticipation of the drop. Wow. June. I didn't know you had that in ya. Wow. I'm trying to think back on like previous June stuff that we've listened to. Admittedly, it's not a whole lot, but he sounds right at home in that band vibe. His voice slots in so perfectly. The color that he puts in is really good. And it's like, it's kind of hard to talk about the attitude that a performer has based off of like a studio recording, just because you can record it and then modify it to perfection. But the way his vocals deliver on the like the overall product of the song very much embodies that K-band vocalist aesthetic perfectly. I like that he's using a lot of that almost borderline strained high chest voice instead of purposely flipping up into that clean head voice. Because that is kind of like a rock vocalist thing to do, is to put a little bit of extra strain in that high chest voice. When you listen to a proper old-fashioned rock group's vocalists, you rarely hear them flip up into that head voice unless it's like the really pretty high note run, kind of like what June did at the very end. The ooh, and just imagine that, but like an octave or two higher. I just can't do that because I'm B and B. But yeah, he's switched into rock mode, and it's like what's that kind of acting called? When you get really immersed in the character so much so that you kind of like you turn into it in a way. Method acting? Is that it? Whatever it might be called. June singing this song, singing higher, very much almost felt like he was the like rock artist performing on the show singing this rather than June, member of iKON, singing. I think that's very cool. Very well done. Right. Oh, this is. I need to check the names one time. Give me 1 second. This is Sae On, brand new. Brand new artist that I'm listening to today. Very exciting times. From the little research I got to do, Produce 101, Produce X 101 is one of the two. Admitted I didn't spend a whole lot of time researching him, so that's my bad. But back to the show ceo-dol Mart. Now, I feel like, considering the fact that we've had, I think, 2 OSTs from the show on OST Saturdays, and the fact that there are cast members who I very much recognize, I feel like I need to watch this show at some point. Just, again, another show I need to add to the list. There's like, I really need to start like whittling down that K-drama watch list because there's going to be so many at the end of the year. But this is the song Replay, and I'm very excited to check out a brand new artist. So here we go. My bad, I had to check that email very quickly. Subtle growth, but I like that. Oh, hello. Nice post-chorus too. Nice cut, kind of bring the song back down a step. I like that constantly moving guitar part too. Sets the pace nicely. And of course, if you know anything about me, you know I'm gonna love the strings. Yeah, the little, like the song, the amount of the song rises from the verse to the chorus peak isn't a whole lot, but you feel it. Even though it is minimal, you feel every growth. That's very smart. It's also, for a song that's got a lot of instrumental parts, it's a very soft song. It's not an imposing song. That makes the listening experience very nice. That's just a nice pop song. It's just a nice pop song. There really isn't anything else that needs to be said about it. I can imagine listening to that on a drive. It's a song that's very consistent in terms of the pacing of it. It's not too distracting. It's not too sudden, like there aren't huge drops here and there. The song is very gradual in terms of like the ebbs and flows that it has. The melody is very nice. It's just bright enough to kind of, take the edge off of the drive a little bit, but it's not like too sugar inducing to where like it's a song where you need to dance around to it. This is a steering wheel finger tapper song if I've ever heard one. That's very nice. Also, his voice is very nice too. It's got a nice little delicate tone to it. It's very satisfying to listen to. You may have to look into him a little bit further. Not too much, honestly, not too much to say about it, but that's not a bad thing. It's just you don't really need to describe, you just need to listen to it to really understand it. I think that's great. Okay, one last one for the road. This is, oh, my notes app has crashed. Thank you very much. There we go. This is brand new artist, TWLV. He's done a lot of stuff on like the R&B side of things. Saw like part of like Chancellor album. He's done like collaborations with a whole bunch of like K-R&B people. This is a genre I am starting to get into a little bit more. At least I'm trying to. But this is the song "Knock Down the Giants" for the drama "The Sword of Aramun." Believe there was it a Forstella? I think it was a Forstella song for part 1 that was on last week or 2 weeks ago. It was either, I'm 90% sure it was Forstella. It might have been La Poeme. No, I'm 95% sure it was Forstella. But I was kind of originally planning on cutting it at 4, but of course, I mentioned earlier, Andrew the MVP this week. This one, according to your comment, was like top of what you wanted me to listen to. So you got your wish this week. Let's send it one time. I can't find the meter. Where is it? There's the meter. It's got the dramaticness of it, for sure. Oh, the flourish. I can already tell the flourish is going to be a lot of fun. It's like a church organ, but it's had the edge taken off. One, two, three, four. Oh, the meter switched a little bit. It's got a little bit more of a skip. It's not letting go yet. Oh. Oh, this song is taking a bit of a slower pace than I thought it was going to. That chugging beat addition is very nice. It adds a little bit of a texture to the song. Ooh. It's like every single time we go through this course, you're getting a different flavor of it. Oh, now we're really going drumline. Okay. I love how much power the percussion part has in this song. And honestly, for me, that drum part really does drive home the point that this is like a big battle scene happening, or like a big confrontation. That intensity comes straight from that drum part. And then you get that dramatic choir too. Yeah, that drum part is nuts. Shout out the drummers on this. I don't know if it's actually being played on actual kit or if it's like digital. If it's digital, then it kind of takes the charm out of it. But regardless, that drum part is brazy. And that drum part really does get your heart racing listening to it. And then you throw in like the church organ part, I wish was a little bit louder because I think the church organ is a very cool instrument. It's a very underutilized instrument. But the drum parts with the dramaticism of the organ and the background choir, yeah, that's a surefire combination of instruments right there. Oh ho ho ho. And that when the beat switched into that slower feeling type beat, I wasn't sure what I was expecting out of the rest of the song, because immediately listening to this, you feel the intensity of like a battle of some sort. And on a show called Sword of Our Moon, like, and we saw last week, there is plenty of bloodshed and combat involved with the show. So knowing that, I was kind of expecting that beat switch when it happened to ramp up instead of slow down. But because of it, when that drumline part comes in, oh, you feel that intensity so much stronger. And you know what? They got me on the fake out. I'm willing to admit that. And am I happy about it? Not at the fact that I got punked, but the end result of it, yes, I'm very happy about. So, Andrew, good choice. Good choice. And that is it for OST Saturday this week. We had a solid lineup today. Again, thank you, Andrew, for the homie hookup. As usual, this week you came in clutch. And we have one, in terms of OST Saturdays, there is a bit of a future plan thing going on. There will be one next week. It may be a Sunday upload again, because I'm traveling a little bit this month, and I may or may not be back in time to record Saturday. So again, this may be a Sunday upload again next week. The week after that, for sure, OST Saturday is going to be late because I will be in Greece attending a conference. So OST Saturdays for the next couple weeks, the schedule is going to be a little bit rocky, but rest assured there will be episodes for it out in some way, shape, or form, so do not worry about that. But that is it for me today. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today: let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.